If you wanna be my friend, you better go and get a pen. And maybe we can keep in touch.
Don't act like you don't know the words.
Do you hate when clapping starts too soon in the show? So long ago. And I wish you well.
Come on, re-rack it.
Or when clapping's kind of off.
Sign your pen pals. There's one rule in recording. That is do not stop, do not hit the table.
Stop.
No, stop.
Oh, I stopped, clapped, and sang poorly.
Oh,
folks.
I wasn't expecting you guys to sing that live.
Why not?
I don't know.
We only sing it live.
Do you want to?
I'm sorry.
Sing it several times a day.
Okay.
But
we expected you to sing with us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
I can't
okay.
sing. But now I
Do you think
realize
that
that's
stops us?
okay.
let's do one more by yourself.
Oh, I'm good. I'm
You know what? Let's
good.
do one of you for safety. Just for safety.
Let's do all of us go one at a time
there's
and
no
then tell a super vulnerable story.
There's no time.
My favorite thing ever when you're ever shooting anything is when you know you fucked up and everyone else knows you fucked up, but for some reason they want to be nice to you, so they go, you know what, one more just for safety.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
because I haven't
Or
done
they go,
good.
you know, it was a light, and you're like, it wasn't
Well,
a
it
light.
wasn't a light.
And then they don't change a thing. It was a light. And they, well, no one changed anything. You said action. We're already going again.
We're in the dark, guys.
Yeah.
Is there any, like, what amount of pressure, scale of 1 to 10, do you feel when you're at a thing and someone unexpectedly just goes, so let's just kind of go around and just say why you're here and what you're grateful for? Are you immediately like, oh, God, I don't have an answer that's going to
Well,
be
what are you grateful for? If you do what are you grateful for, and it's like theater, which is what I was in college, somebody's crying.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
no.
Like,
Yes.
I can never get
And they're
over.
not crying because the emotional thing they're saying. They're crying because they're like, I feel everyone's eyes and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
so
yeah.
weirded out.
Yeah, it's like when you make someone. Do you guys do this in your family where people have to read their greeting cards out loud?
No.
God,
and I
no.
can't.
What?
I don't
Why?
know which serial killer along the Van Kirk line of people decided.
Dude, that's my whole family. Even at Christmas, if someone gives you a card and it's got like a gift card in it, you still have to read the card out loud for the whole family. Then we do our chants. Then we start
And our secret prayers that we wrote.
Then the goat comes in.
Can I say
course,
something
the
about
goat.
here's what I think about cards, because for a while I got criticized by this by family. I went and bought stationery. I went and bought just blank cards.
Yeah.
A pack.
I think that's okay.
My family would get upset because they're like, oh, you just bought a pack, so it's like kind of meaningless. I'm like, but I put my own words in it as opposed
100%.
to buying, even if you buy one that isn't funny.
Yeah.
And then someone goes, oh my God, thank you. You're like, all I did was sign my name like you're a fan.
Yeah.
I didn't
I'm with
say
you.
To
any
me,
of
a
that
serial
stuff.
killer move is a person who buys a card that has like a little like through the years I've never known right, and then they just sign their name, and I'm like, you're insane.
Yeah.
But I guess on some level you're like, well, the card says everything I wanted to say. But in my family, in my life, if you give me a card and you have not written anything, I'm like, what did we? Is there better be a check for my high school graduation in here? Why?
I don't
why is it just a
understand.
Can
signature?
I want to throw. I know I'm sorry,
No,
but
no,
I want
I
to
want-
ask you specifically. I'm asking you this.
Huh.
Do you think the world would be a better place if those greeting cards didn't exist and you had to write what you really
100%.
thought
I do.
to your husband, to your
Yes.
family, to
100%.
your
100%.
whoever,
And I do what you do. I have a pack of blank cards and I just write a message in it.
and it's more real.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
more from
but then
you.
it's a lot of pressure too,
It's a lot of
especially if you're in
pressure.
a rush to like write something.
Or you don't really feel what you're writing.
Yeah.
Would the world be a better place if instead of requesting and dedicating a song to someone, you had to write that song yourself?
Oh my God! You had to write a song.
Yeah, you had to write a song. No, but I think greeting cards have to be read out loud. What happened?
Hold on,
Rory
wait.
just-
Can I just check something? So
yeah.
at the Van Kirk family celebrations, you have to read aloud to everyone what's on the
yeah.
Including the
Good
message.
to know. Cannot wait for the next.
Well, you have to be in the room.
Oh.
Including
I wanted to send a card. I wanted to write a thing and go, this has to,
To
be,
be honest,
sung. And
I
it is
bet-
the lyrics to a song. And in front of your family, you have to go, all right, if someone could just
I
kind of
bet
give
you
me one
if
of
I was at
these.
Ken and Connie's house and you sent Diane, my mom,
Put
a
me on
letter,
Zoom. Put me on
and
Zoom.
Aunt Connie and Uncle Ken's house, and she opened it, she would read it out loud, the letter the card you sent her in front of everybody who's there.
Yeah.
The message he wrote?
Yes.
Even if what if it's like super personal?
I mean, yeah, most people cry when they read the letter because you're like, but it's just what you said.
What
You're,
if they're crying and it's one of the cheesy, like, funny
Well,
ones?
then I
But it's
don't
like,
think-
but it's kind of, but they are
I'll
crying.
never forget the
Berry
time you pooped
birthday.
yourself.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my
Someone's
God.
over the hill. Oh god. Let me open it and see what the big surprise
So what
is.
happens at your guys'? We haven't even gotten to letters. What happens at your guys' birthday parties? Someone opens a card and then everyone silently sits
Can I see
around.
one
while they
of
read it?
our letters producer?
You want to
Sean?
go now?
No.
Okay, this is an unofficial go. Okay,
This is a card I get. Ready?
Okay.
This is me opening a card.
Rory, hold on, ready? We'll do it. It's your birthday.
it's
no,
for-
Rory, open your cards. Open
Oh
your
yeah,
cards.
let me open my
your
card.
cards.
Okay, I think it says. All right, yeah. Okay.
That is not. Oh,
Are there
that's
any
a
other
bit.
cards?
That's a bit. But in real life,
Ask my wife if that's
it is. It's a bit you also do with her.
Oh my God.
In real life, Sona, you both of you,
Yeah.
you open a card
I-
and then we all watch you
No,
read it.
I don't open it in front of people. People give me a card and I'm like, thank you.
What happens if later on you're with your husband and you're opening the cards you got for your birthday? He just watches you read them?
Well, I mean, I could read it with my husband, but not in front of a group of people. That's
Can
weird.
we hack something out?
Isn't that
Can I be
weird?
reading the card?
I never thought so till now.
Oh, I'm
Can
sorry.
I read the card and on my cue to you? Can you just go? What does it say? And this would be what.
Yeah, get
at
your
my
card.
house. Oh no,
Get
I'll just.
Okay,
buy
okay.
it.
Oh, good space work.
Oh, that's nice.
What does it say?
It's for me, Daniel.
No.
Long
There is
stare down.
in Christmas 1986, which my family watches every year on Christmas Eve. My grandpa gets a cross-stitched poem thing from my Aunt Connie, right?
Aw.
And one of the kids yells out, "Read it to everybody," and he does.
And that kid was clearly Daniel.
And he does read it to everyone. And because he read it, that's the way Christmas 1986 ends. My grandpa passed away like a week later. And we have him reading this poem about what makes a dad. And that my Aunt Connie had cross-stitched. And so we have this beautiful...
she wrote it from the heart.
No, I think she found it like a poem of like what makes a dad. And then
Yeah.
you take the strength of a mountain and all these things.
That's
and then
not. You can't take the strength of a mountain.
I wouldn't know actually what makes
Have
a
you
dad.
tried?
Too young
No,
to know.
I personally will never know what makes a dad, but that's until I am one, and then I'm winging it.
Have you tried to take the strength of a mountain?
So, him reading that out loud is like the most beautiful part, and we have that because my family's weird about it, I guess.
You know what? I thought it was weird, but maybe it's sweet that you guys are very open with each other like that. My family's not like open like that. Where we're like, here's something super intimate and personal someone wrote to me in a card.
Yeah, but I always say this too, because in my family they do a lot of like, all right, everybody grab hands, and then they'll like pray before dinner and like stand in a circle. And if it's someone's birthday, like if it was Rory's birthday, they're like, dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for Rory being a part of our lives. And then they say like these really, really nice things, and I'm always standing there looking at everybody with their eyes closed, and I'm like, say this to Rory. But it's like God becomes a
I know.
conduit for
That
like
is the
things that I
moment.
can't just say to you. So I'm going to say it about you to God with you in the room.
That's the moment they say. And now Rory, just kind of say, why you're here and what you're grateful for. And then I'm like, oh God, it's my fucking, I don't want to do it. It's my
you're gonna-
birthday.
Oh my God.
Daniel said I had to come to meet his family. I don't even want to be here.
I really want to see you at one of his family functions.
Well, now that I know that I can write a card that Daniel will have to read to everyone, there's a very good chance I will be at the next Christmas.
You'll ruin
just
Christmas.
staring at him when he pulls out a scroll that just keeps going. He's like, all right.
They would listen to the whole thing.
And then
Read
I
it,
go,
read it.
ready, everyone, 3, 2, 1. But no one comes with me. And I go, read it aloud. And they're like, he's ruining our videotape.
If you said nothing at all and I opened it up and started going like this, you would hear people in my family go, read it. Read it out loud. I'm not joking.
I believe you.
That's really cute.
It's just so foreign to my family where if you started to read it out loud, my family go, what are you doing?
They leave the room.
Put it away. Let's get to the cake. Let's get to the
No,
cake.
Roy, your family people just start looking at each other like walking out of the room. This
Oh,
guy,
Daniel's
this guy.
opening up. I don't think he understands. Scovels bury it and swallow it and allow it to infest your brain that is only a therapist can deal with.
Oh, wow.
Folks,
You wanna
we're
go?
joined today. Have
I
we even
know.
introduced
No.
you? I don't even remember.
No.
No?
No, we sort of.
You were saying my name. Was that before?
Oh, that
we
was
started
before.
recording?
Folks,
Oh.
if you're listening, if it's Friday and you're watching this, you already know. Also, if you clicked on this, you already know.
You already know.
And then it just takes the wind out of it. We're joined today by Sona, and this is not how it's technically pronounced. Movsesian.
Hey.
Yes.
Good job, Rory.
I'm glad people. I feel like my name. How do you think you say my last name?
Scovel.
Yeah.
Do you
And
get a
yet
lot
I
of
have so
Scovels?
many people who just can't say Scovel.
What do they say? Scovel.
Scovel. But I'm like, oh, as Scovel. That sounds so bizarre.
You're like, they're reading it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I get a lot of? You'll never guess.
Hold on. Well, Daniel, they must get.
Yes.
Van. Do they go with Vaughn?
None.
Vin.
If they look at it, they go, Kirk? Daniel
Oh,
Kirk?
do they think Van's
Daniel
your middle
Kirk.
name?
Yeah. And I'm like, did you never watch Dawson's Creek? What the
Yeah.
fuck? Do you
Does
not
it? Is it hard to have two last names?
I don't know.
Like there's a space.
Yes, there's a lot of that.
But it
Like,
is one
some
last
people-
name, though,
Right.
right?
Well, last name I go Van Kirk, capital V, capital K, space between. And I have to like do that. And then they're like, yeah, Dave Matthews. And I'm like, no, what are you fucking talking about? Space between. But
Oh.
I didn't get it either.
Ah.
And I'm a big Dave head.
watched
I'm
you,
a Dave head.
You nicely go like, no. And then I looked to Rory and it was just an empty vessel. And I was like, no one got my.
And all I thought is like, this is a card he's read and he's just rehashing it.
Right.
He's living in the past of a card.
Right.
Oh my God.
They usually look at me and go, sir, I don't know what music you like. This is a Cheesecake Factory. Just go wait over. We gave you the buzzer.
Yeah.
Just go wait over there. No, it's
man.
not. It's I get a lot of it over time. People will always end up just shortening it all and going DVK.
Yeah.
You know what? Because, I mean, I work for Conan,
Sure.
and his last name has an apostrophe in
Yes.
it, which is awful.
It
It's
is
just
awful.
the worst. It's like,
Yeah.
do you put a space? Like when you look
Oh,
up
does he have, like-
official records and stuff.
Yes.
Like you don't know how to look for it because the apostrophe throws everything off. So I'm wondering if the space just is like
I have family members who say there's not supposed to be a space.
what
and I'm
they
like,
say
oh,
there's
Van
not
Kirk.
supposed
And
to
then,
be.
and then there's people who say that the K isn't supposed to be capitalized. And I was like, look, I'm going with what Rosemary Van Kirk told me. She's the fucking head of this entire family. She said space, capital V, capital K. And I was
Okay.
like, so she's in charge.
Who would disagree with that? They'd be like, well, look, if whoever's the oldest clearly gets
Right.
to decide. Even if
I mean,
she
she was
decides
born
to
in a-
fuck it up and change it, she's like, I've always wanted it changed. Like, you get the authority. If you're the oldest,
Well,
you get the
she was
authority.
born, because that's my grandfather's last name. She was born in McCaslin. So even in her, she's like, because sometimes with McCaslin and those type of names, you get like, is the
yeah.
second C capitalized? Are there two C's?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one always throws me off too.
Ugh, I thought
That's
Movsesian
why-
was hard.
That's why she was like,
No,
it's spaced. She's like, I'm tired of dealing with this one word.
Yeah.
McCaslin, people don't know. It's like, just make it 2 words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
We gotta tell you're a top guest. You're a top
No, I'm
guest.
Oh,
not.
100%.
We
Shut
are
up.
usually at the
You had
letters
Will
10 minutes ago.
Ferrell on. No.
Honestly, not
Yeah, but he
good.
was a bore. He was a
Aggressive.
bore.
Oh.
Real
Yeah.
aggressive.
The editing we had to do in that episode.
We had to
make
cut
him
a lot
seem
of him
funny.
out.
Yeah. No, we can't wait to have you. Did you want to? If but like if you don't know, you should know. You should know Sona.
You don't know. You don't
They
have
know.
to know
Our
me.
listeners know you.
We're on
No.
Team Coco.
I know. That's cool. That we're all part of the same family.
They do know you. You have been when that happened. When there was a moment of being like, "Oh, I'm helping Conan. I'm working for Conan."
Yes.
But then being like, "Oh, I'm now a part of the
And
thing.
even in the
I'm
early
now."
days,
We'll never ever think it that way.
Really?
Because anytime I'm like, oh, cool, look, check me out. He'll be like, can you get me a coffee? Or like, can you get me my lunch? Although I don't do it as much anymore because he actually has like a new guy who helps him out since I had kids. So I actually like don't do anything.
But even
anymore.
being in front of it and a part of the show in any way,
because
that
you were,
that must
you
have
were
been
very
such
sprinkled
a
in
surprise.
early on,
Yeah.
and then it's like obviously evolved to more and more of you be like contributing to the show.
Yeah, no, but I also think like if there is no Conan, then no one really cares who I am, and that's not a mean thing. That's not me like hurt like making like it's not me being harsh on myself. It's me being like, oh, he's the reason why people know who I am, and
Yeah,
if
but-
he's gone from the equation, then like I'm just a person.
Yeah, but I do agree
But a
with
good
that.
one.
But I agree
Yeah.
with it for everybody. I mean, that's also true of me.
No, it's not.
But it is
It
because
is.
someone
No.
We all-
like a Conan,
Yes.
in fact, maybe actually even Conan, but someone like that who was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna put you in the thing. I'm going to give you this moment. I'm going to give you this space.
Right.
To me, when you go, well, I'm not in this space without this person, that's the thing for all of us. But the thing that makes, to me go, yeah, but it's more than that, is the fact that when you got into that space, people didn't go, get her out of that fucking space. Instead, they were like, this is great. Because, and the great thing is Conan, and this is why I think Conan's great, Conan knows it too. Conan knows when something is the right ingredient to make the thing work. He does. And he also knows, still being the guy who is like, give me a coffee, give me a lunch. And also, there's a show in the simple minutia of just that as well.
Yeah, there
where
is.
He's almost like going, and then this show we have is also just the two of us. We're the only people in it, and we're the only people that are watching it.
What was I watching? Is it a Conan documentary or something?
Yeah.
Where is it you? He orders lunch from somebody. Somebody brings
his
him
document.
lunch.
It's called Conan O'Brien.
And he goes, "Can you give me a chicken soaked in fucking butter?"
Yes.
Oh my god,
that was me. It was fish and butter, and he got pissed off, and I was like, I didn't make it. I don't know why.
But he's doing a bit with you.
Yeah, he's doing a bit, and that was 12 years ago.
That was a while back.
That was 2010.
That was right before the TBS stuff even started.
And I was only working for him for like less than a year, and he's yelling at me about fish with butter, but he's doing a bit. It's not real.
Right.
But I also, at this point, I was like, I don't know if I should be worried about my job or if he's doing a bit. And then if, now I know him, I'm like, oh yeah, it's butter. Yeah.
That's what makes it even more fun.
I know. Because the line being blurred. Because knowing that you might have to say to the person, I did not mean to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
But you're like, because you're walking it to be like, I hope they get this as a joke.
But also, if someone comes up to you, if I'm in that position, someone comes up to me and goes, "Hey, look, I'm really sorry. I really actually don't know if I upset you or not." I honestly might go, "Well, now you are fired."
You want to go?
Before it was the thing, and now I got to let you go because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Let's go to the letters. This one is called Breaking Down the Walls of Gender. Dear Rory and Dan, got it right. Good start.
No, horrible start.
I know you boys like to get right into it, so that's what I'm going to do. I am a straight, white, bearded man covered in tattoos, and I love to crochet blankets. One thing I have greatly enjoyed about living in the present time is the progress that we, the human race, are making in breaking down the societal imposed walls that define what is and is not considered, quote-unquote, manly. While I'm sure there are people who would hear about the things that I enjoy and think that they make me less of a man, and while this might have bothered me in the past, through maturing and some reinforcement through therapy, I have grown to become more secure in my masculinity and continue to do so every day. Are there any hobbies or interests the two of you cackling idiots enjoy that others might look at and judge you as lesser of a man? Thank you both for the 3+ years of weekly laughs and tears. This will forever remain my favorite hour of the week. Best, Spencer. P.S. What are your thoughts on coleslaw? Does it have a place on the plate, or does that weird chopped mayonnaise salad go right in the trash?
Oh, okay. Wow.
Should we start from the back? I feel like we got to get to the coleslaw.
Rory loves to start from the back.
I like to, yeah.
We'll go. The problem is, if we start talking about food at the beginning, do we even get to the rest of the
letter?
We will. Rory and I have been known to, we'll go for a long time.
On food? I love food.
Coleslaw?
Well, yeah, let's do it then.
Coleslaw. So do you like coleslaw, yes or no, on anything or by itself? Even
yes, I do. I do like, but I can't have it now because my baby has an egg allergy, and I'm still breastfeeding him, so I can't have egg.
Well, you will
He ruined my life.
When that phase ends,
wean that baby. You got to care about you more.
I know, right?
Wean that baby.
Those kids are 12, so it's kind of weird. I got to say, it's weird.
You know what? Don't wean. At this point, you let that
Don't ever wean them away.
At this point,
it's their safe space.
It's theirs.
It's their safe space.
If your kid's old enough,
oh my God,
if your kid's old enough to make a detailed argument about why they should get to keep breastfeeding, let them.
You know what? Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
They are applying to college.
Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, that's awful.
They're applying to college and they just need a little bit of the tit.
Just be there for them.
That's my favorite airplane yell, by the way.
Oh my God.
When there's a crying baby and I just yell, hoping someone laughs, I just yell, give that kid a tit.
Now ask him how many flights he's been asked to leave.
How many flights have you been asked to leave?
I can't even fly anymore.
Yeah, the no-fly list,
Ask
just
him
for that
how
joke.
many no-fly lists he's on, as though there isn't just
Do you want to
one.
know, real quick aside, so sorry, but this is their letter made us do this. When they say to you, you're sitting in exit row, are you willing and able to open the door in the case of emergency? And sometimes I'll take the chance and I go, I've done it so many times, don't worry about it.
That's
And
a
then
good one.
Every once in a while, you'll get like a, I like you, and then you'll
Yeah.
get a, sir, I need a yes or no.
Oh.
And then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, Mr. FFA.
Yeah.
Okay, coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
I remember the very first time I ate coleslaw and liked it.
What?
It was at a bar called Wells, on Wells, fittingly enough, right across the street from Second City in Chicago. It was on a pulled pork slider.
Yeah.
And then
That's
was
when
like,
that's what you want.
and
You want it
then I
on a
was like,
barbecue. Yeah.
oh, because of liking it there, I have found times where I was fine with the coleslaw. It didn't have, I don't know, what is it, too much of the oil or too much of the mayo? Whatever the stuff is. I don't even know.
I get what you're
can be
saying.
the issue with it?
Yeah,
When
just
it-
the
That's interesting,
pungentness or something.
Also, when it like spreads
What
out throughout the whole plate,
Yeah.
I'm not cool
yeah,
with
like
that.
I don't
'Cause
want
you're
it
not
runny.
trying to-
I don't want it runny.
You're not
I don't want
trying to-
soup.
Yeah. You didn't
Also,
order coleslaw
if you're
soup.
Yeah.
If you're at like a family picnic,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
or like the the McCaslin family reunion that we do
Yeah.
every year, if you don't hit that coleslaw within 5 minutes
Oh,
of
it's
it
gone.
being uncovered, no, I'm saying
it goes bad.
right.
You
Do you
What
want
a
like
son.
do you want like sad out coleslaw?
No.
It's fickle. Coleslaw's
No.
fickle.
Well, it's because of man. It's all because of
I'll do it
mayonnaise.
every single day.
KFC coleslaw.
But I like that
I
aesthetic.
know. Well, you like the aesthetic, but I mean,
I
they
feel
make
like
good
it
coleslaw.
should-
Do
oh,
they?
really?
It's like sugar. It's fast food.
I just remember their mashed potatoes. I haven't had KFC in a long time. But you know what? My grandpa, who immigrated here very late in his life, really loved KFC. Like that was the
Yeah.
one
Really?
American cuisine.
Where
he was
f-
like,
where from?
"This
He was like,
is
they
we
did
made it."
They
yeah.
did it. They
Where
got
from?
it.
From we're Armenian, but he came
Yeah.
from Turkey.
Okay. Did you know it?
I wish you were just like Nebraska. And we're like,
okay.
He immigrated from Nebraska.
what are
Yeah.
you talking
It's
about?
not that big of a deal. I mean, I get it. It is a
Like, yeah, I
culture
mean,
change.
but they don't. But then I'm hung up on. They don't have KFC in Nebraska.
Did you know in
Oh, that's what you're hung up on.
yeah, that's what got him. In Japan, KFC, like for New Year's, you have to make reservations months in advance to get into a KFC.
Stop.
Fried chicken on New Year's or New Year's Eve or New Year's Day is like huge in Japan. They
Yeah.
love KFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
But also
Japan.
imagine when you
As a
and
general.
maybe this is crazy, but do you think in Japan someone goes, "Did you know that sushi places on New Year's Eve in the States you can barely get in, like the good ones?" And people are
true.
like, "What?" And they're already just
Yeah.
standing at like a food
Yeah.
truck that's sushi. They're like, "Yeah, what would you?" So available. I wonder if it's
Very
the same
true.
when they're like, "Well, the KFC's hard to get into. There's just that one." That's all we got.
So we all say it has a place on the plate. I think it has a place on the pulled pork slider most of all.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's the fucking best. So you get that.
Let me throw
cold-
this at
but
you.
it does
the
spill
hot-
out a lot.
Let me throw this at you,
That's
and I think this is a safe. You don't know who's made these coleslaws, but you've been presented 10.
Okay.
How many do you think you would like out of 10 random homemade
3.
coleslaws? 3, I think, is a high number. I might be down to 1 or 2.
Really?
How much would you like?
Well, no. How many of them do you think you'd like? If you had 10 coleslaws homemade,
Do you like it
Uh,
chopped?
Yeah. Honestly, guys, all 10 for me.
Really?
Not that I love
Wow.
coleslaw, but if it's there, I'm gonna eat it. But there's things about it that I don't like.
you just said you'd like all 10, and then you went, "Not that I love coleslaw."
I would
I don't
say-
think you know.
Yeah.
No, but it's the same if you presented like, 10 different types of anything. I'll eat
Yeah.
all 10 and I'll probably like all
Oh,
10.
I see. All
if you
right.
made me watch 10 different movies, I'll like all 10. Like I
Wow,
just
really?
like a
So
lot
you
of
just
stuff.
like stuff.
I just really like stuff.
So your
Great.
grandfather's opinion of KFC maybe is not
Oh,
even
right.
that big
Yeah.
of a deal.
Yeah.
He's just
So like, this is great chicken. And
Oh,
if
have
someone
you
handed
tried
me the best
Church's?
chicken,
Love
I'd be
it.
like,
Have you
"This is good."
tried this one? Love
Dave's?
it.
Yeah.
Boston
Love it.
Market? Love it.
Yeah.
No, who doesn't? I mean, there's no fried
Harold's?
chicken I don't love.
That makes sense.
I mean,
No, I've
Okay, so
had,
if you
if
got-
it's too dried out, you're like, what are we doing here?
no, but who
But-
cares
Yeah.
about the chicken?
but I mean,
care
like,
about
if
that
someone
skin.
like,
I just
yeah,
want.
the crunch.
I would only eat the skin if it was a
Oh, yeah.
normal
I
thing
did
to
There's a
do.
place called Rips in Ladd, Illinois, and when you sit down at your table, much like chips and salsa at a Mexican restaurant, they bring paper plates with just the kernel flakes, and you just sit there and
See,
you just.
that's kind of weird.
Can I tell?
So-
Can
I
I?
want it on the chicken and I want to peel it off
Thank you.
and eat it.
Thank you. Because you don't know where that skin came.
You like the rip?
Yeah.
I like. You're talking about the meat inside being dry. I mean, I just think that the main I think the main event in a
You're
fried
there for the
chicken
fried
is the
more than
fried
the
thing.
chicken.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
why don't you want to go to Rips and Land? I'll give you a whole plate of the fried.
She'll
No,
go.
no, go.
Did you not
She'll go
hear
and
it.
she'll like it.
I'll
She'll
go.
like
I'll
it.
eat it and I'll
Take
like
me to
it.
10 types of rips. I'll
But
like
I
them.
mean, am I gonna go to Illinois now?
You know what I used to
guess.
do?
More than
I
most.
used to
like
take,
it.
You want
I
to
used
read
to
a
take
green
I like
card?
Illinois.
Come on.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah, Rochelle.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
I used to
I
take
immigrated.
You immigrated from Illinois?
Get this out.
What'd you say, Rory?
I used to take the fried chicken skin off, put the mashed potatoes and gravy in it, and roll it up and eat that.
Is that like a portable flavor
Wow.
bowl?
I was trying to invent new stuff.
It's a fried chicken burrito.
Yeah,
That's
without the
not
chicken.
bad.
And just the
Without
skin.
the chicken.
That's not
Oh
bad.
my god, I have to cough.
Go for it. Let it out. Okay, should we go into the rest
That
of
was
it
a
then?
loud cough. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. My thoughts are there. Well, first off, the idea of like breaking down the walls of gender, I feel like I think I agree with that. I feel like that is a thing that is happening because I think people are now, with all these outlets of more communication, and people can sort of showcase themselves in a way, and by that I mean like social media. I think someone who maybe thinks they're in a bubble, going, well, I'm a straight white male with a beard and tattoos, and I really love crocheting blankets. You get on social media and you go, oh, I'm one of 8 million men who love this. And then you go, oh, great. So I think that I love, you know, I think I kind of hate social media, but there are benefits to it. We obviously use it for this show. You're watching.
For better or worse, and hopefully better, you can find your people.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And so I think that's a big part of the progressive step because you also can have people post on social media saying, hey, I agree with Black Lives Matter. And then people go, oh, wait, I do too. Okay, yeah, I feel this way. And then that's how I think you get progress is by people going, oh, I'm not alone in my progressive thinking. And then you build, you know, some confidence around it. So I agree because I think that there is a part of your life raised as men, as boys, as the male gender. What are your twins?
They're both boys.
Boys. I think there is a shift currently, but I think our generation and maybe some generations behind us, but it was still that traditional, don't cry. Don't be like this.
Don't
be
read
like
your
this.
greeting
You
card.
need to be a rock and you do this. And maybe at some point in history, this type of thinking maybe like, you know, in survival days, maybe there was an element of, hey, you have to have this particular type of strength literally because you have to survive.
Right.
Literally, if a woman's like, well, I contribute this or I'm a caretaker, maybe there was a time when these things made sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think if you
holding
go that
on
far
to
back,
the things that
we
made,
all had roles.
Yeah,
Like,
we all had roles and you contributed something. But I think this idea that some people live in where they go, but that's the way things are. It's like, well, then you obviously aren't paying attention to evolution because those aren't necessities anymore. It is a necessity that everyone falls into this stereotypical role. So not that I am getting into what my hobbies or interests yet, but I do agree that I feel like there is progress in that world of men going, hey, I'm more of a dad who asks my kid what they're feeling and instead of getting mad at them and, you know, this traditional parenting style or, you know, like from the 50s where it's like, I just spanked my kid and told him to be a man. Like,
Oh, God.
Now you know, but, you know, I think we all now know because of communication that has dire effects on their psychology their whole lives.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like that progress is
Did you guys
happening.
see? I think it was Dove that did a campaign of like throw like a girl,
Yes.
and it was like, thank God.
I think
for
it was
this.
Dove too. Yeah.
It seemed it's so we're getting to a point, thankfully, at least I hope, and obviously not everywhere, where it's like the idea of like, oh, you do that like a girl is just so fucking antiquated. Of like,
Yeah. I think now
Yeah.
it's a
do
compliment.
what? Like, yeah. Or also you'll see this like in sports, right? Where idiots will like have a problem with a woman like calling a football game. Be like, well, she couldn't go play, and I'm like, you think Marv Albert can play basketball?
Yeah.
You think Howard Cosell could have gone down and suited up? You fucking idiot!
Marv Albert.
Like it doesn't. It's a person who has a love for this thing that either they do,
But also,
or they
if someone
work on
goes,
or whatever, like,
but aren't you
shut
almost
up.
more impressed by it? Like, yeah, what if she's officiating a football game? She couldn't have played in a game. You're like, aren't you kind of more impressed that she's here?
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Like, don't you think she maybe wants to get this really right if she's so obsessed with the thing she can't professionally participate in and yet is here to go, hey, let's play by the rules and make sure it's right. Don't you think she maybe likes the sport more than you do?
Yeah.
You know, I remember too.
That's a good point.
Coming up in such like a blue collar, like circle of life in Rochelle and everything. I remember like in my early 20s, somebody being like, because I've never really liked beer, right? Which is a man thing, or has traditionally been, right?
Such a wuss.
You know
what
what's
oh,
like,
wait,
woman?
that's going against the letter. So sorry.
I've had people almost react like, what? You're like a total, and I was like, what? But then I've had the unside where like a guy will go, we went on this trip down to like Cabo or whatever, and they are frou drinks, but like, you know,
You have to
she
say
ordered
that,
one.
and you're like,
She
what are you
ordered one,
talking
and I was
about?
like, let me try it. And then they like whisper like, I drank like 6 of mine.
It's
loved
insane
it. And I was like,
how
what are
relatable this like non-specific impression is. Like we have in our lives, we've experienced 20 of those.
I've met so many
And
of those guys.
he's like, so I tried hers, and then I don't know. I figured we're
They're
down
so
there.
scared
Yeah.
to tell you. That's why they're doing it like
I
that. 'cause they're like,
tried hers.
I tried it, and I guess I
And then-
kind of like
and then-
pina
Or
coladas.
they
Like,
lie.
so
an
do a lot of
umbrella. I
people.
Or
kept
they
it in
lie.
there.
She ordered another one, and they brought 2. So I figured,
Why is it always a secret? It's always a secret.
right, I'll drink it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like I bought the stuff, and sometimes I'll make them.
I hope your reaction when he said they brought 2 out, so I drank the other, and you're like, you disgust me.
right. But
How did you not
there's some
send it
sort
back?
of gender assignment of loving
know.
like a frou drink
Of
And I was
what
like,
you taste with your tongue, with your taste buds. You
Right.
go, well, she likes them, like, because they're good.
Yeah.
because they're fucking great.
And when you go, yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't drink a lot of them. Neither would anyone who is sane and hates getting a sugar hangover. Neither would anyone.
Right.
But also, have you ever seen like a woman like just slam a beer and then your brain just goes, Jesus Christ. Then you see a man slam a beer and you go, Jesus Christ. And you go, yeah, the reaction is Jesus Christ. They're slamming a beer. It isn't,
Right.
God, how is she able to drink that liquid? Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Well, when I bartended and a girl would like order like whiskey neat, right? And other guys would be like, "Whoa, okay." Like,
Yeah, I've done. That's happened to
You're
me.
like drink like a guy, huh?
Yep.
And it's like, sure, she drinks what she likes. Buddy.
Yeah.
Like, but it weirds people out. But I think so much of that is, we live in a bubble. But is that like in Oklahoma? Are people being like, you ordered a fucking screwdriver to watch Monday Night Football at the bar? Like,
yeah.
It's still definitely.
Well, here's
it's
what
it's
think-
still out there for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, a lot too.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like I come from an immigrant family, and there's a lot of that there.
Really?
Yeah, and my husband's from the Soviet Union, and there's a lot of that there. It's
Hates
just a
KFC.
lot of.
It's a big thing in the family.
They hate KFC there. It's like men have roles and women have roles, and they have likes and they have likes. But my husband luckily is not like that. But
Yes.
a lot of people that we know are.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's I think that world of, you know, if you were in Oklahoma right now, and I don't want to call out Oklahoma,
No.
but as an example, I know why you're saying Oklahoma.
Well, the documentary Bully just always makes me think
yeah,
of Oklahoma.
but if you went into a bar and it is like everyone's watching Sunday Night Football or even just the game, and you get a screwdriver and someone's like, why you get your orange juice and vodka? I feel like we live now in a world where someone like you, and I know that this is how you would respond, where you just go, yeah, and you leave it at that, and they would almost be like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
and you almost want to be like, and what do you wish that you could do publicly, but you're holding yourself back because you think we all care?
Well,
I guarantee you
the type
that
of
person would
people-
go, well, I kind of have this
type of people-
pink hat I want to wear, but I think it's really cool, but I
Right.
don't because the guys will make fun of me. Go, then wear the fucking hat and
Right.
see that actually most people don't give a shit. And when they do give a shit, just tell them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I think there is more
Where you and I are the
of
type of
that.
person too, where I'd be like, "Do you want to try it?" And then they go, "No." I'm like, "You're afraid?
Yeah.
You're afraid to try it because you might like it." And then they're like, "Dude, just fucking leave me alone about the screwdriver."
And they're weirded out. I don't want to drink the fucking margarita.
You're
Like, it's a
afraid.
margarita.
It's okay to be afraid.
Yeah.
And also, I want to say, because I don't want to sit. I always hate it when we do this. At least when I do this, I don't want to sit here and act like I've never been those people. I've been those bullies.
100%.
So many years of my life, I was those bullies. But there is something to becoming, as we're talking about in here, an adult, where you look back and you go, oh, why did I think that was a thing, or why was I like that?
Right.
So if you're listening to this, and I don't even know how you found us. But if you're listening to this and you're an adult and you're like, but I am like that, just know you can just change those things. No one's sitting there going, oh, you sold out or you changed. Like, I can't even explain to you how much more relaxed you will feel in your spine if you just stop caring about the things that you actually think
Yeah.
are identifiers of who people are,
Right.
like ordering a pina colada or a screwdriver or wearing a pink hat or any of the things we're talking about.
Right.
If you truly just go, well, I actually don't really give a shit. I just thought as the group mind, we all would make fun of that thing or be upset about it. And I've been a part of that group.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how relaxing it is to separate from still be a part of the group, but just go, I don't agree with the group. And you will feel so much better.
You know what tends to happen? People end up envying your ability.
Boldness.
Being like, I like that. You know what? He does what he likes to do, or she does what she likes to do. It's like, I kind of wish I could do more of that. Or they'll tell you, I like how you just don't give a shit. Like, and the other thing too is I have to gut check myself sometimes. I just did this recently. I wish I could remember what it was, where I was like calling out somebody's thing, and then I go, is it hurt anybody? Does it hurt themselves? Like if somebody goes to you like, hey, I want to be called Starship, and you're still the guy from Rochelle, we're like, fuck is Starship? But then I say to myself,
Starship's a big example.
Well, I'm in Cabo, and this guy called me Starship, but I kind of liked it.
Starship. So that's the tattoo I got.
But then I would
my last name is Jefferson.
I would gut check myself and go, why do I care if that person wants to be called Starship? Does that make them happy? Does it hurt them? Does it hurt anybody else? Yes, no. So fine.
I know people seem to really care about what other people do, what makes them happy.
Right.
I don't know. Do you guys have hobbies or anything? I mean, I
that
think
would
that's
fall
what
in
he
the
was asking.
world of like
cross genders.
Yeah, where like normally people would be like, that's for girls. I don't know.
I mean, it kind like I said, it was kind of my drinking choices. People would be like, what?
Yeah.
I'm just having
you don't like beer.
Yeah. And then I didn't really think of anything else. I mean, go ahead.
Well, can I throw out one that I've always thought is so weird instinctually, that is bizarre to me, and I just see what your thoughts are on it. But like growing up, when you would hear someone say, well, a woman's place is in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's this idea of like, well, the woman or the wife or whatever, that's who's cooking the food.
Sure.
And so that sort of getting ingrained in your mind, we're talking about roles, that kind of getting ingrained in your mind. But now that we watch so much entertainment that is about world-class hardcore chefs.
Sure.
And to find out that women have to fight in that field.
Isn't that the
that
weirdest
as
thing?
a kid, you were like, well, you said women have to cook in their place in the kitchen. But then in the professional world, men are like, get out of the way. Like, it's been so confusing to me for so long. Even so, when you'd watch these shows or whatever, because you're not thinking about it when you watch a show. It's when you hear a female chef go, well, actually in the restaurant business or in the kitchen, in the restaurant world, it's actually tougher for women, ... And my brain was always like, I'm so is there a shit? Like, what happens to where, this horrific stereotype, but then the stereotype doesn't even exist in the professional world where it's like,
because it becomes another one. The women, women are doing all the work. Men get praised for it. And so who is creating these shows? Who's writing these books? Who's traditionally judging these restaurants? It's other men. So they're saying like, well, if we're going to make a cooking show, we want it to be this guy. Look at he's and so then it devolves into another issue of like, well, I mean, are anybody going to watch a woman tell them how to cook?
But even just going into the stereotype and the cliche, if you're walking into a place and if someone came over to you and they were like, hey, just a heads up, the head chef is a woman, you would be like, so does that mean it's better? Like, wouldn't your childhood instinct go, well, growing up, I was always told, like, women make food. So she know how to do it the best because of that stereotype?
I remember,
do you know what I mean?
When we were on tour, you were talking about your bolognese sauce.
Yeah,
and you were like,
here we go.
Do you bring it up a lot?
Yes.
It's one of the things, I remember it's one of the things you were talking about something you were so proud of, and thinking about it now, like, because my dad was like part of that whole, like, oh, I'm a man culture and stuff.
Yeah.
He would never be like, you gotta try my bolognese sauce, you know, because he was never, he was never cooking. He was, it was very like, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad was the guy who was bringing like money home, basically. He was working. So I now that you bring that up, I'm like, yeah, Rory really likes his bolognese sauce.
There was something, you know what, I did this the other night. I know we're going long on this letter, but I did this the other night. I was like, we were going to make pasta, and I had like some ground turkey, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can make an hour version of because I usually make that for like a whole day.
You just whipped it up?
And I didn't look at anything. I whipped it up from memory of what should go into it. I just quickly was like, I'm going to chop some carrots and onions, get those going, add some celery to it, get that going, Jordan like got some tomatoes out. She did like a sauce that was going to get added to it. And I go, hold off. We're not going to mix it yet because I need this to come down a little bit. I'm going to add a little chicken stock to it. And like,
oh my God.
But you want to hear the craziest thing about what motivated me to do it?
Oh.
A fucking video game. We've been playing a video game called Overcooked. You know Overcooked?
Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
I know,
said,
but
you go over, or go, can you help me out? We're trying to play Overcooked.
Yes.
And I said, just the only thing you need help with is the impending fight you're about to get in.
We
with
did
your
get in
family.
fights. So my family, me
What
and my
is
daughter.
this game?
I'll tell you. I will tell you. Me and my daughter and my wife, we played
It's
the
a
game.
wonderful game.
You're just making it. It's very cartoonish. It's easy. Kids can play it. But because we're like, I got to chop this fish. I got to cook the fish. I got to add it to the plate. You're doing it in a cartoon world. But for some reason, when we were done playing the game and we had to then go make dinner, I poured some wine. I lit candles. I put some jazz on. And I was like, okay, I got these onions going. I got the carrots. I was looking at my wife and I go, the sauce. I need the sauce at this temperature. She's like, we're not playing the game right now. You got to calm down. I was like, I know, but you're like,
Are you Gordon Ramsay all of a sudden? Like you're in a
He's gonna get a show. He's gonna get a show.
Intense kitchen.
Yeah.
Wait, so is there anything you can make besides the bolognese?
Nope, that's pretty much
That's
it.
it?
Pop-Tarts. No. I've made something
There's
else recently.
gotta be.
You make other stuff.
My wife
You
is
got
better.
it.
My wife
Didn't
can
you make a beef
instinctually.
Wellington?
I have done a beef Wellington. I did it for
that's
two Christmases.
hard.
It was very hard. I'm not gonna lie. It was very hard.
That's
and
impressive.
it was okay. The
Okay.
first year I did it was really good. The second year I did individual ones. Way more work. Not as fun.
Yeah.
We got to get out of this letter. This is too long.
That's so cool, though. I've never made beef Wellington. That's fun.
Real quick, hobby or interest that you think people would go, that's weird. Do you have a weird collecting anything?
You know what? A hobby. I used to play dodgeball
Gross.
in like a rec
Super
league, not too
judgy.
far from
I
here.
did it too. Yeah,
You did?
we might have been in the same league at the same time.
You were
I played with like some UCB people. They had a team.
really?
Yeah.
I played on a team that was probably one of the worst teams in the whole league. We lost every game, but we had the most
all that
fun.
matters.
It's dodgeball.
And
Dodgeball is so fun.
It is so fun.
Especially when the balls are right and you go, this isn't going to hurt. Someone get those as hard as they can. It's not going to hurt.
I got
Love it.
so aggro. Did you?
Yeah,
I got yellow
I
cards.
wanted to win.
I got kicked out
What?
of 3 different games.
Sona.
Yeah.
We cut her off
Yeah.
there. Daniel, anything weird for you? Now that we know she has, anger management
Did you
kind
try
of
to
stuff.
fight
Oh
somebody?
man. So I've never been in a physical fight, but the closest that I've ever gotten was this fucking troll on the other team.
Okay.
I kept hitting her. This bitch would not get off the
Okay.
court.
Yeah.
And so
this is
I'm
good.
sorry.
This is
Picture,
real. No,
I just
this is
picture Sona
visceral.
saying, we're going to play like that? We're going to play like
Yeah,
that? I just
I'm
picture
like,
you
you keep
saying
getting
that a
hit.
lot.
You're not going to get out. This isn't the rules
Oh,
change
it was
all
one
of a
of
sudden.
those?
Yeah.
Because you are a
like
little
you-
on your honor.
Yeah. And so she wasn't getting out. Then she hit me out. And so I was furious.
But
that
she should have already been out.
respect the rules. And so I got out and I kept just talking so much shit. And she snapped and she lunged at me. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get my ass kicked because I've never been in a
Wait,
fight.
you
And
two
I don't
started
know how to.
fighting like men?
No. So she gets held
While
back
drinking
by
pina
someone.
coladas.
Okay, yeah.
And you should have seen the fear in my eyes. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get my ass kicked. And then the second she got restrained, I kept talking shit to her because I
Good
was like,
for
she
you.
can't come after me
Good
now.
for you.
And
Same.
so it just, then we both got kicked out of the game. And then the second time.
And we went out for beers together. One
No,
of
we
my
became
best
best
friends,
friends.
bridesmaid, was
She was
my maid of honor.
My au pair. She's my au pair.
She's my au pair, lives with us. She's with the kids now.
Not that bitch. Oh, fuck her. But the second time, one of the other times, because there was more
deep.
than 2 times. This guy on the other team hit my friend in the face
Yeah.
and then laughed about it.
Oh.
So I get pissed. I'm like, why are you laughing? And I basically the game stopped. And I was
Yeah.
like, why are you laughing? You just hit my friend in the face. And then he's like, he said something to me and I started to walk towards him.
Yeah.
And one of my teammates didn't know what happened, but he was like, oh, are we fighting? And he dropped the ball and just started following me. And I was like, am I going to get into a brawl?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, and then again, like people had to stop us, and I got kicked out of the game again.
Yeah.
So I've never been in a fight. Well, lose in a fight.
Yeah.
I am.
don't know.
I know. I would absolutely lose. In a
I
fight.
don't know.
I don't
You're
know.
driven by something deep.
There is a moment where you see red, and
I
you're
was
like,
about to
I'm
say.
capable
Right.
of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
you don't have
Maybe.
to know how to
Yeah.
fight to win a
Maybe,
fight.
but I've learned how to calm my rage.
No, let it go.
Really?
Let it go. Yeah, take it out on the kids.
Okay.
Take it out of the kids.
Okay.
Folks, that's going to be our episode.
I love this
Take it out of
letter.
the kids.
If you're a guy out
man.
there, go get a pedicure. Don't worry about
Yes.
that
Spencer,
shit.
this is great. We agree with you, and I think you're right. There's a lot more of this redefining what it means to be a man or a woman or whatever. There's a redefinition of what these things are and what exists and who people are and how they identify, and it's great. It's great to see people just be themselves, and it makes everything more peaceful. Thank you for this letter. Thanks for sharing with us. We wish you well. Sincerely, your pen pals, Rory Scovel
Daniel Van Kirk.
and
Sona Movsesian.
You didn't say it right. And we
We're
are back,
back.
folks. Quick plugs, as we often do after the break. I don't think I watch physical, listen to this podcast, join our Patreon.
Check out your documentary.
Check out the
Consume your
documentary
latest
on
album.
youtube.com, Live Without Fear.
All that stuff is at Rory Scovel.
Go to
we'll have a
Rory's-
website in the future.
Rory Scovel will one day have a website. If you've written me and you said I can help you with your website, I'm going to get back to you. I promise. I did get back to some people. I'm not very good at doing things
Hence
quickly.
you not having a website.
And that's why I don't have a website.
Right.
That's it for me.
All my stuff's at danielvankirk.com if you want to get together and hang out. If you want to play bingo and then also raise money for no-kill animal shelters, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and your food bank in your area, you can do that. It's really fun. Plus, you win prizes. And then my tour should start back up in March. And in February, I'll be doing like some little mini residency stuff, doing sets at the Secret Group while I get ready to go back on tour.
Love that.
How
Sona?
cool.
I know.
You get to tour?
I can't. Well,
Well,
we'll
soon.
see.
See what the cron does.
That's fun. Well, I have a new YouTube series coming out called Sona Fixes Your Life. It was
Yep.
on Instagram before, and now it's on YouTube. And
Wait, what happens?
people send in questions, and I fix their lives.
just you and them talking about.
Not even them. They.
But I mean,
send
their
in a
their
question,
issue
I
and you,
answer it. Yeah.
and you say, "Here's what I think you need to
love
do."
that.
Yeah. And I
love it.
I'm 'cause
And that's
I-
on YouTube?
Yeah, and now it's focusing on raising children because I'm a parenting expert now. 'Cause I have
Yes.
2 kids that are still alive,
Mhm.
Yep.
and that's
And breastfeeding.
Is it?
yeah.
Is it weekly?
Is it
Yes.
weekly, Sean? Yeah,
We'll
it is.
find
It's
out.
weekly.
Okay. Hey, it's people can find it.
So
People
here's
can find it. Just
People
just
can
search
find it.
Follow you
Sona
on-
Movsesian on YouTube. How hard is that?
Go to
Or
youtube.com
I'm
and
sure you'll
type in
promote it.
Sona Movsesian. I'm not even going to begin to spell that.
Yeah.
Movsesian.
Stop it!
I will not.
Nobody ever
YouTube.com.
spells it right.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm being serious.
Even if
God.
that's not right, YouTube that. That's probably a person.
YouTube
Watch
it.
what they've done.
One time
Close enough.
we spent 25 minutes trying to spell Tutopoulos, so I'm very surprised with what he did.
What's two topples?
I don't even remember how it came up. Somebody
don't
wrote
even
us
know.
a letter.
We don't
so,
even know.
That'll drop. Also,
Yeah.
if people follow you on social media, you'll be linking it
Yeah.
and
I
promoting
should
it
be.
there.
Get
Yeah.
on
Same
Instagram.
here.
I should be.
Same
You
here.
will be.
What's your
you
handle?
Will. You will.
Sona Mov.
Okay. Awesome.
SONAMOV.
And then if everybody wants to, you can always follow the Patreon.
Don't
You're gonna
die.
Every time I
Don't
laugh
die.
hard, I have to cough. I don't know if you guys
That's
have
COVID.
that too.
And that's going to be
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah.
Yeah, oh, and I also have a fever. I don't taste or smell
Great.
anything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love the new space.
Lot of
I do
body
want to
aches.
tell everybody, if you're a Patreon member, you might already know this, but if you don't, it's only $5 a month, and you're going to get a bonus episode every single Monday. It is literally just people who wrote us letters, and then if we get a response from them, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So if you had a cunty grandma and you want to tell us what happened at brunch, tell us there.
Yes.
Email's there. Or you can send us a letter at, what is the email address?
ThePenPalsPod@gmail.com.
Or mail us, guys, at 5419 Hollywood Boulevard, Suite C, 121, Los Angeles, California, 90027.
Nice.
Okay, Rory.
Yeah?
We'll bring you up to speed a little bit, son. So, over a year ago, at some point, we got a letter where we started talking about nudes.
Yeah.
Like, if consenting, so the
Sure.
person wants to receive it,
Yeah.
send nudes, and then
The
that
etiquette
created...
of it, and also the etiquette of the picture.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then that created Casual Nude Friday, where we're like, that's the best day.
In our
To-
Patreon, I think we did like 4 episodes in a row because the discussion
People
people kept writing us and
being
so we
like,
kept
here's who I
talking
send
about,
nudes
About the
to.
nudes?
about sending nudes.
Right.
Oh,
and then
have you guys sent nudes?
I get sent a lot of nudes.
Oh.
I get none. I get none.
I used to send nudes.
No, we're saying we get sent to the show.
Oh, I meant in life I did. To my ex-boyfriends.
I love
of
that.
But you never put
Do
your
you live in
face in
fear
them.
now that
Yes.
you never put your face in there?
But
that
there's
was one of
a
our-
couple where I did.
Yeah,
and
right.
that I wish
you
I hadn't.
fucked up.
Yeah. I did. No, you're right.
But you know what, Sona? At a certain point, everybody has their own road they walk down in terms of like their body and people seeing their body, and that should be that way.
Yeah.
I don't want any of my nudes ever released, right? But on some level, much like, who was it? Chris Evans, right? When he accidentally, he goes, well, you're welcome, everybody. I think I would kind of go, hey, a person I thought I trusted proved I shouldn't. I hope you enjoy it.
Yes, I feel the same way.
Right?
Also, the girl gets vilified, but it's like, I said that to one guy and suddenly everyone's seeing it.
Right.
So why am I the bad person instead of the guy who put it out there?
Right.
That's right.
Total. That's
right.
Talk about gender role and like how people assign. Totally true.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a thing we created and then we talked about ad nauseum as we're wanting to do.
Okay.
Well, guess what? We got a nude.
We got a nude, folks.
We got a nude.
And this technically would be my first.
Do we know if...
And it's a pretty good first.
I know. Do we know if we have permission to show this nude? We will get permission.
We won't show this
I would
until
imagine
we're
we
permitted
won't.
to
And even
do
if we
so.
did, it would probably be so heavily cropped. We'll do whatever this person wants. But I like
including
what they
not
wrote.
show it at all.
Of course.
Yeah.
I turn it to the camera. Okay.
Whoopsie.
I'm just talking, flipping this around with. It's like I'm holding it with screen
How does
out,
this
like talking.
iPad go? I can't figure out what the front of it is.
That's a pretty good Conan. All right, here we go.
That's an impression of him doing an impression of that
I know that's
character.
his thing. You nailed it, if you ask me.
I do impressions of people's impressions.
Okay, here we go. That was me growing up. I was just doing Dana Carvey's impressions of everything.
of course.
Okay, here we go. Hey, gang. Could have started with me, but it's fine.
I'll take gang. I like it.
When I was dating my wife, and even now that we're married, I've found sending the traditional male nude to be awkward and honestly lazy. Whenever I would stand in front of the mirror, hanging dong, I felt so
Love that
weird
term.
and couldn't bring myself to snap the pic.
Yep.
So I started devising calendar-style photo shoots where I would tastefully cover my junk with props. In my opinion, they're more fun, surprising, and sexy. I have taken so many now that I have actually created calendars for my wife. No question, just the January edition. Peace and love, Frank. I'll show us.
Okay.
He's gorgeous.
Right?
He's
That's
am I
my
out of the
first
frame?
one.
Oh,
That's my first.
He's gorgeous.
Yes.
he's beautiful.
He's beautiful.
Look at his
Look at
body.
But before you look at his body, well, it's too late. But ignore his body and just look at the expression he chose. It's so sexual.
Wow.
He's steaming. He's
Yeah.
steaming. And the bowling ball
Okay.
placement
Do you
is
think he's
perfect.
okay that we're showing Sona? I guess I'll have
well,
to be.
he knows we
okay.
have
I'm
a guest,
really
and he sent it
staring
to
at
us.
it intensely.
Sona leaks it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you got fapped, baby. Leaks it.
Oh, man.
And then this guy is modeling professionally.
Right.
And we're like, do we get any commission on that?
Right, did you notice too? I'll pass it around. Did you
Yes,
notice
yes,
too?
please
It never
pass it
makes
around.
it to Rory.
Yes.
His artwork, beautiful artwork in the back. That
Yeah.
looks like it
Oh,
was
yeah.
in
I'm looking at the back. Hit the artwork.
What does it look like?
I don't know. It just looks like he has some nice, like him or his
Are
wife.
those
did some
diplomas
artwork.
too?
Yeah, he wants you to know.
Oh, he's smart.
he's just-
and he's got that
Rory.
body.
Let me ask you, do you want a guy, any hair, no hair, that amount of
I'm
hair?
Armenian. It's like that's like
That-
what happens.
You don't have to
at
say.
don't even know how
You
to
don't have
make
to say
Yeah.
another word. That was, dude. Babies are born with sweaters.
My-
Babies are born
my
with sweaters.
kids, my 6-month-old twins have more body hair than this guy
Right.
does.
Rory, watch the cameras, Roar.
I'm trying to leave.
Oops.
Guys, this is me.
Yeah.
Also, by the time this comes out, we might have had permission from him.
Yeah.
Rory,
should-
percentage of the day you don't wear a shirt if you're this guy.
Maybe I should just
most of
not.
the day,
Slow
most
down.
of the day, I'm not wearing a shirt.
Why would you?
Most
Why
of the day, I'm
would
not
you?
wearing a shirt.
Are you wearing pants?
To keep.
Why
No.
would you?
I'm wearing a bowling ball.
He's got. He's got.
That's why his abs are so
Look,
good.
what I'm
to
about-
keep that bowling ball hoisted up. He's
What I'm
got-
about to say is going to resonate with a lot of people who matter. He's got the D'Angelo V.
Yeah, he
going on.
does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
do we? Let me ask you this: if we all made the effort and really worked out
So
and
do you-
took care of ourselves, do we all have it?
No.
No, I don't
It's
think
it's
so.
a muscular thing where you just your muscles just happen to
It's
be.
where your body holds weight. It's where you lose weight.
Yeah.
Most things can be achieved, but it may never be what you thought. Like,
Yeah.
my shoulders aren't as big as I wanted. Well, that's just life.
To look like that takes so much work.
I know.
that
Looks
I
like-
wouldn't be able to not in a vain way, be like, I have to show people this. Especially, I mean, for my ego.
Gorgeous.
I'm an egotistical
do
person.
that too.
I try to tame it down. But if I looked like that, I would specifically want to not have my shirt on so I could see women going, Jesus, look at that guy. And I go, that's right. Like, I would walk into places. Obviously, I've got a shirt on in that case, but my personality would be so much more confident being like, hey, when I'm out there without my shirt on, the women are staring. That would change how I approach society as a whole, knowing,
just be shirtless the
I'm
whole
wanted
time?
out there.
Yeah.
I'm wanted out
John
there.
Krasinski, when he, I think it was 13 hours or whatever, he like insane training for, he said that he could tell he was losing weight, he was telling it muscular, and then he got to like this level, and he found himself in the mirror just kind of like looking at a person
who wasn't him.
Yes. And he's like,
Weird.
it feels amazing,
That's
but it
gotta be
also
what
is
happens.
so foreign.
Do you think you hate the upkeep?
I would.
I think that's what I fear. Look, I have no discipline to get to that.
No, me
it
neither.
isn't that I'm not wanting to. I would love to
Book
look
a
like
Marvel,
that.
book a Marvel movie.
I
Crashed
know,
it.
and then they
Yeah.
pay for it. I would love to look like that. I just think once I got to that point,
Yeah.
I don't know that I enjoyed the journey to stay on, because you're on that journey as long as you want to look like that. You have to stay eating that way. You know, whatever you're ingesting, it's got to be healthy.
Right.
You've got to have a very active lifestyle. Maybe when you get to that point, all those things are easier because now it's just a part of your life. But my prediction now, as someone who doesn't look like that, is that it's a lot of work even once you get to the finish line. And I think that's why I don't really even
I can't
start
diet.
the journey at all,
No.
because I just don't think I want to keep it up.
Dieting sounds awful.
Can I
Right?
talk about
Like
the
you can't have fried chicken or coleslaw.
Like it's 9
Well, there you
p.m.
go.
and I want a cookie. I don't have the power to talk myself out of the cookie.
really?
And you shouldn't.
Thank
have
you.
the cookie.
Now,
And that's why I brought that up, and that's why we invited you here for that one question.
Yeah.
Should I have cookies after 9 p.m.?
Have 10 cookies. Well, not 10.
Let's start recording now that we got the
Yeah.
answer
Can
we're
I-
looking for.
can I say the other reason that I wanted us to read this letter is because I love that him and his wife are still doing this.
I know.
Yeah.
That it's like that sort of flirtatious, I want this person to like me, it feels good to feel sexy by this person, to like keep stoking those coals and like have that still going, to me is like as beautiful as his physique. Like
Here's
I
what-
really
it is
like
Here's
really
what turns me
nice.
on about that photo. If I'm the wife, putting
What
myself
doesn't?
in her mental place,
Everything.
Yeah.
he sends that photo, and you open it, and you go, because you know him, you know his personality, and there's a bowling ball covering his dick.
Right.
So I think if you're the wife, you're like, that is funny. And then you take 1 second, you're like, I'm going to fuck my husband tonight. Do you know what I mean? It accomplished both things.
Yes.
It was playful. He's showing, hey, look, I have a sense of humor, but let's be honest.
Also,
Yeah.
like, he's so right, and I think we've talked about this, but like the male nude, I've said this, like the level a woman would have to go to convince me to be like, I'd be like, why? It just seems so
I don't need it.
goofy. Is this a
No,
this is a
thanks.
better nude?
I
right?
mean,
This
yes.
is a better nude,
That's
Yes.
top shelf.
and he's, if it was a woman covering, the guy would be like, oh, you didn't show me. But I think that is some of the still differences that we have as genders.
Yeah.
But also some of that, I don't know that those are necessarily choices. I think some of that is just
That's
how
what I'm
you're
saying.
wired. Where
That's
you're
what I'm
like,
saying.
someone goes, hey, I like that's tasteful, and he's got the bowling ball, so it's kind of funny. It's this, and it's a turn on because it's what you don't see.
If you're-
and if you could see it, you might go, I'm actually not as turned on. I'd actually be more turned on to not see it. I think some people are just wired going, actually not seeing it does nothing for me. And you go, that's just you. You need
But
to see
if
it.
your girlfriend Jordan says,
My girlfriend.
I'm
yes.
saying, because I'm saying
my
at that
permanent,
time,
my
at that
permanent
time,
girlfriend.
your girlfriend Jordan is
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna send you a picture. I don't have any clothes on, and then she sends it to you, and her breasts are covered. Aren't you like, maybe send one where you move those things?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think from a
I don't
male
think so.
sending
I would
this,
be
it's
there.
like, love it.
Well,
Right?
also,
Like,
she sent me a
probably
nude
put
and
work
she's
into
covered.
it.
I'm like, guys, what do we think about this?
Oh no. Oh my god. Well, also when guys
Twitter poll.
when guys do it, they almost like are just like, I'm gonna send a picture of my junk, and they put no effort into
Right.
it. It's grainy. The lighting is terrible. There's no angle. It doesn't
Right.
work. But when women do it, I feel like they put more effort into it.
Yeah.
That's
I
my,
get-
and that's going to be most things.
I mean, I was saying, ever since Conan started putting me in stuff, I would like, I try not to read too many of my filtered messages because some of them are weird, but
yeah, of course.
so many
I
dick
don't
pics, so
fucking-
many
of
just
course.
blows
pictures
my
of
mind,
dicks.
and it's like it gets to a level, not to sound like Mr. fucking woke guy. if I had maybe 5 wishes, not 3, one of them might be for like dudes to just fucking stop with like unsolicited flirtation, unsolicited dick pics,
strangers.
Just to be clear, like, if he only has 3 wishes, he doesn't fucking care about you.
Do either? Are you wasted? Are you 3? Are you even making that wish if you have 3? That's one of your 3.
It kind of might be
See,
one
well,
of them.
that's the difference too. That's me not even understanding how fucking
Daniel's like,
I understand and still don't understand. Do you know what I mean?
Like, it's just weird. It's like, what do you think I'm gonna do? Like respond to you and be like, hey, want to come over?
Yeah. What did you want to have happen?
Yeah.
Here? There was a sketch at Second City. Brad Morris was in it, and who's a friend of mine. And the sketch is him and a girl, him and another guy, and they're in a car, and a girl like walks by, and he's like, "Yeah, baby," right? And then she comes back and be like, "You want to fuck? You want to fuck right now? You want to fuck?" And they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, lady, whoa, whoa!" They're like, "No, get out of the car. Let me choke on that fucking dick.
Yes.
Get it out." And they're like, "Lady," he's like, "Dude, drive, drive." And it's like, isn't this what you wanted? You fucking dipshit.
That is so funny.
Yes.
God, that's great.
They were like, go away. Like, he's yelling at his friend to drive because you can't. And it's like, well, what did you want, man?
Yeah.
What did you want?
It's like, and that's how I met my husband. He sent me a dick pic on Instagram for no reason. Right. And then we went out on a date.
Right.
Like, what? No.
I don't know that I'll ever be able to look past Daniel going, if I have 3 wishes, will you help Sona? And he goes, no.
Right.
But if you give me 5 and you go, not even 4 wishes, and he goes, no, I've already
top 5 is good.
I've already allotted something else for that.
Top 5 is good. That's nice.
Thank you.
I'll take it.
What is the 4th wish that you already know you can't help Sona?
You're telling me top 3, you're saying no more unsolicited dick pics for women. You get 3 wishes and you're making that wish?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even get it, but you go, look, if you give me 5, like, you didn't even go, if I had 4 wishes. You already know the 4.
Don't you feel like they should come in 3 and 5 increments?
It's a round number.
What genie's giving you 4? What genie's like, you get 4? I'm like, 4? It's not 5.
Either 3 or 5.
Right.
Look, I'll give you 4 if you promise to help women. Can I have 5?
I'll be honest with you. 9 feels weirder than 10, doesn't it? 11 feels weirder than 10. I'd be like, 11? You mean 10? 10.
10 or 12.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. We skip 11.
Right. But who's granting you 4 wishes? You know who's granting you 4 wishes? The Disney. The Disney ripoff Aladdin, like the straight to VHS Aladdin, that genie, 4 wishes.
4 wishes.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
11 wishes. Who is even going, well, this story is now, there's some weight to the story. You're like, no, it is. He has 11 wishes. He can do anything.
That would be so cool. That would be so much
trust
better
that
than
genie.
3.
Would you trust that genie if it was 11?
No.
Look,
12,
I'm going to give you 3 wishes.
10, yes.
I'm going to give you 3 wishes. One of them, you have to help women. Can I have 5?
You don't want 4?
Why not 4? I already know what I want to do with 4 of them.
I'm getting 4. It's a new cabin. 4 is the new cabin.
4 is a new cabin. And not new, just a better dishwasher.
A renovated cabin.
There's no dishwasher.
Just renovated my cabin.
For the record, there is no dishwasher at the cabin. Actually, there is a woman.
It's you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love this.
That hurt
so
much. God, that hurt.
And now, wait, hold on. This break out, and now I don't even
And
know.
that all came from a guy covering his junk with a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Dude, that's why I love this podcast. Okay, look, you guys can watch me try. I don't know.
Were you looking for it?
Going back.
What was his name? I wanted to wish him well. It was
Frank?
Okay, great.
That's too easy. Only Frank would do a picture like that.
I loved this. I love that they still love each other. I love that he's sending artistic, beautiful nudes also to us. I don't want to put this on anything, but Rory, if he sent us one of his calendars,
I would love one of the
I'd
calendars.
put it up.
And also,
put
to
it up
make
at the
clear to our
office?
listeners, don't start sending Sona dick pics. She just said she hates it.
Just stop.
Never.
She hates it.
I don't need them.
Never.
I don't need them.
What if this guy goes, I'm going to send Sona the calendar? Do you go, send me that calendar?
Yeah, I feel like we know each other now.
Also, you get to
Exactly, because of what you didn't see. You think you know more about them.
Yes.
Also, you get to go to like anybody in your life. It's a bit.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
bit.
And someone goes, "What's with that
yeah.
calendar?" And like, why is it on your bedside table? It's a joke.
Why is
babe.
it framed?
Hun, the
Babe, it's a bit.
Hun, the babies are crying. I know you like looking at it, but the babies are crying.
No,
I'm
no,
neglecting
don't
my
take
whole
it into
family.
the nursery. That's weird.
Honey.
Put it there.
I hang it up in the nursery.
Yeah. Honey, our 13-year-olds need the breasts. So, all right. I love this. Thanks so much, Frank.
Oh my God.
Thanks
Oh
for
my
sending
gosh.
it. Thank you for trusting us. We'll find out how much you trust everybody else. But if you don't, you guys, it just has to live in your mind.
That's right.
Like what's behind the bowling ball lives in ours.
Yep, that's right.
We wish you well. Sincerely, your pen pals, Daniel Van Kirk.
Rory Scovel.
Sona Movsesian.
Can I admit I've never known how to properly pronounce it?
Sona Movsesian.
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 That's not correct, but we'll do that. If that's how you prefer it, we'll do it.
What do you mean that's not correct? Are you telling me
Movsesian. He has a friend.